will you be the one to experience the Nintendo Entertainment System?
I got into graph when I saw all the first wave of the hip-hop stuff coming over, all the break dancing and the kind of street stuff that was going on. Wasn't very good at break dancing. Always enjoyed drawing and painting from a very small age. So straight away I started doing my name on my school books and things, and drawing Andy in bubble letters and things. That's how I got into it, really. I spent a couple of years or so drawing it, and I saw some lads had painted a Get a Blaster on a wall near where I lived, and it was on my route to school. I think I must have been about 9 or 10 years old when I first saw that, and it wasn't very good, but to a 9 or a 10-year-old it was pretty amazing to see. And it just was a Get a Blaster that said hip hop don't stop, and I was like, wow, how have they done that? So that kept me drawing. And then I moved up to Old Colwyn, near Colwyn Bay. There was a couple of guys in my class who were really good at drawing as well, and they knew a little bit about a bit of a graffiti scene that was already happening in Colwyn Bay. There were some guys who'd been doing breakdancing and a bit of MCing and DJing and a bit of graffiti art, and they taught me some of the rules, and we discovered the techniques and the disciplines and learned that way together. One of my mates, Matt, he was brilliant. He was really good at his stuff. So it was kind of cool hooking up with him. We used to bounce ideas off each other. We used to tag news. Then there was another guy who tagged Poet, and he was quite cool as well. And together we were a good force. You know, we produced some good work and some good ideas. I left school and I started painting and decorating, and I've done like about 20 years, 18 to 20 years worth of painting and decorating, and it got to the stage where I was doing like hand painted designs and bedrooms and murals for people. I was doing some of the nicer kind of bits of work that were a bit more artistic, and then what happened, it was just a natural transgression over to doing the graffiti art. A council found out about me, a local council. They had me commissioned to do a wall. It took 5 weeks to do that wall, and it was based on photographs I'd shown them of a previous commission for the hospital at Glenclwyd. So then I finished that commission, then they gave me another commission, and that one took 8 weeks. So it was kind of good, and then that work started picking up, and the decorating was still busy, and then we hit like a bit of a early recession period, and people stopped having a lot of the decorating work done, and I just started getting more and more of the graffiti work, going into youth clubs and schools and doing workshops. And to be honest, it's great because I've actually ditched doing the decorating now. I'm just doing the graffiti, and so yeah, I'd probably still just paint and decorating if I wasn't a graffiti artist, yeah. there's a lot of things like cartoons, comic books, films, television and media and music that we're constantly bombarded with, and sometimes that'll give me the springboard. It might be just like a really cool cartoon character, like some of the stuff we grew up with as little kids, like Scooby-Doo, or you know, I've done Muppet Show characters and things like this. Just little things that we know from our childhood, and they've crossed over from generation to generation. So even like I've got little kids, I've got 2 girls, and they kind of know some of these characters. They're still showing them on TV, so they're kind of classic, you know. So you can use them on a piece, and people relate to a character like that. They don't always relate to the letters. They'll come along and go, well, I understand that bit, but don't understand the other bit, you know. You know, I have a massive passion for graffiti art. I love it. It's got a lot of sides to it that I don't particularly like, but it's also got a lot of stuff that there's a really lot of talented artists and a lot of quality work out there. There's some amazing stuff on the scene. But also outside the graph world, I have a real life as well, you know, with family. And I realise that in perspective, when you get to like my age, the important things are like looking after your family, providing for your family and taking care of them. So graph means a lot, because in some ways it's my work and it's putting food on my table, it's feeding my kids and my family. But at the same time, it's a passion and a hobby. So I can get lost in that graph world, and sometimes I end up spending a bit more time on the graph world than the real world, and I just have to keep it in check. I think the day when I start finding it's not fun anymore, that's when I've got to think about saying, right, I've got to give this up now and do something else, you know.